And we're live. What do you got there?
This is thanks to Mercedes, my cousin.
That's awesome.
We have another rubber chicken. More chicken feet.
Those are red chicken feet. Dang.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're going with the yellow today, huh?
Well, I try to match it with the chicken foot.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I always matched it with the logo. Okay.
Oh, well, maybe we can flip it back and forth.
I don't know. I like the yellow. Leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section below. What you think the better color is for our names? Do you have a story? Because I've got something for today, just like you had something for last time.
Well, I was able to secure a new ad.
Yes, more money.
So,
oh, what?
it's a
video?
yeah. Hold on a second. I'm just getting it set up here.
Okay.
We are high tech here.
Apparently.
Hey, kid, you want a toy?
Uh-huh.
How about a bike?
No.
Bikes aren't good.
What is
Okay.
That sucks.
Well, okay. You pick a toy.
I want log. Boy, oh boy.
what?
Yes, log.
Log, baby.
Kids love log.
Yay, log!
Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love it long. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a
Log from Lemo.
All right, so
A little log action here.
log is paying our bills now.
Yeah, log is supporting us, so go out and get your local log.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is what I did. I went to Fiverr, and I bought a set.
Well, first, what is Fiverr?
Fiverr is a site online where you can buy anything. Used to be for $5, but changed over time. Now it costs money. So this cost me $31. I went with
$5. It's still money.
I went with the expensive set, and I've only read this once, I think. So we'll see
All
how
right.
this goes. All right, hey everybody, hey man, you're gonna be my audience, okay?
All right, so what
Okay.
did you get on Fiverr?
I got so I got a stand-up set. So
Ooh, nice.
you're my audience, okay?
All right.
All right.
We got 4 people, so
All right, here we go.
Curious.
Okay, so you're my audience. You act like an audience. All right.
All right.
Okay, I just want to gauge the audience. Can you clap if you've ever seen me before? Okay, nice. Or if you've never seen me? Okay, all right. Oh, I seem to be doing quite well. Did you hear all the applause? Haven't even told a joke yet. Okay, wow, this is going great. Okay, well, it's good to be here near, Chicken Foot Podcast, and I actually live in North Carolina, in Fear. So it's good to get out of Fear. All right, well, so let's talk
Now
about
that one was that one a freebie they threw in? We're getting applause. We're getting applause.
No more heckling. No more heckling. All right. So, speaking of places, I really love this place, man. I love it. I mean, look at this crowd and all the beautiful people. Yeah. They would really love it here. We probably should have invited the beautiful people. So.
To the homeless library.
I haven't always been here. I was in Oklahoma recently. I was doing a show at a comedy club, and I didn't enjoy it. I'll just put it that way. There was a lot of booing during the act. Now, I'm sorry, but the crowd has to be really, really bad for me to boo. So that was not fun. Not fun, as you can tell by the fact that I was booing. And
booing is bad for our audience.
Yeah, but speaking of booing, the other day a woman gave me a palm reading. Yeah, I felt like such a fool because I paid so much for it, and before I even paid for it, I started thinking there's something fishy about this, and she told me I was gonna die. And so now I don't believe in that stuff. I mean, even if she was a dermatologist, let's keep your opinions to yourself, lady.
Yeah, that new age hooey.
You're awful. I'm gonna start booing. I'm gonna start booing.
I'm trying to help here. We're a team. We work together.
All right, let's hear some more applause. All right, I'm doing great. Okay, so let's be positive. Okay, let's do some positive thinking. I have actually decided to think more positively, and I've adopted a new motto. I am not the victim. Say it with me. I am not the victim. And then say the next part. I am the serial killer.
I am the serial killer.
Okay, I thought I would lose you there, but okay. You're with me. All right, model behavior. Let's talk about, because apparently I'm having an effect on you. You're just following everything I do. So I used to be a model, actually. I have posed nude for art classes. Fun fact, that is how I lost my substitute teaching job. Yeah, they don't like you texting the students while you're naked. But anyway, so I actually wish I had more game. I don't get the whole texting things in relationships now, and it's hard for me because I just don't know how to be cute. I don't know how to do the cuteness via texting thing at the beginning of a relationship, even at the end. Well, this girl, she was texting me and was like, what are you wearing? I was like, oh, okay, I'll play along. I just got out of the shower, so I'm wearing nothing but a towel. My body is all slippery and stuff. What are you wearing? She was like, I was just wondering if it was business or casual at work tonight. So that was bombing on that one. But speaking of my city, remember when I was speaking of my city?
Oklahoma?
I actually live in the suburbs now, but I used to work in Chicago. And sometimes you run into people who like to flaunt. I hate that. I'll be like, I get it. You have money. Stop shaking your damn cup full of coins around me all the time. Homeless people. Okay. All right, well, I'm about out of time, and I'm bombing here talking about homeless people. I gotta go. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, you brought it back around to the homeless library. Rico's been doing a running commentary. I didn't want to break your spirit with it. So here, Judah needs to buy jokes. Wow, you need to get his money back. Judah needs to spend the rest of the show sitting down. # no more stand-up. And hope you didn't blow your whole podcast budget on those jokes. Well, fortunately, there's plenty of logs to go around.
I don't know, dude. I think I spent all our log money.
Well, I was trying to do a back and forth with you. And you
I
didn't
was
like
good.
it.
No, I didn't mind
Well,
it.
it's better than the last week when I was hoping for back and forth and you would go,
I was just.
what did you say? Wait, where? All
What do
right.
you think? Like, actually, I thought they were way worse until I got a little feedback. I actually thought we were gonna laugh. I mean, we probably are gonna laugh about how bad they were, but actually saying them, I thought this guy actually he put some thought into them.
I thought that the jokes that, because you bought the jokes. How much did you pay for the jokes? If you don't mind me asking? $30.
Yeah. So I
It was
bought
for 5 or 10.
I
Was
bought
it
the
$5?
$5. I bought the $5. I bought the $20, and I bought the $30. The one I shared with you was the $30. It was. I thought I was buying 10 jokes, but it was 10. It was like a stand-up set, and so I was like,
Okay.
all right, well, I'll talk about it on the podcast, at least,
I think what it was a rough start because
Yeah.
you don't really own it.
Yeah.
Even though you paid for it. If you would have worked through it and done it a couple times, and then it felt natural,
Yeah.
it might have been able to sell.
If I wasn't reading it, if I was going more off of like memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then some of the jokes, they don't play into your style. Like the boo joke, that one wasn't yours. The homeless one would have been good. I think if you would have, I don't know, you're kind of reading it and you're trying to do it as you're reading and stuff. And that's the thing about stand-up is it has to feel like it's organic, like you're just in a conversation doing it. You know what I mean? No. And I was trying to help you out, and you were like, "I'm gonna boo you, you jerk." I was like, I was trying to help you float to the next joke. Right from the home library.
What was your favorite?
Well, I liked the change, and then there was one. What was name 1 or 2 in the middle?
Yeah, let me look.
After the boo.
Okay, after the boo. After the boo was palm reading. I screwed that one up.
Okay.
That one is a woman gave me a palm reading the other day. I feel like such a fool for even paying for it. She told me I was going to die. Yeah. I don't believe that bull crap. Even if she was a dermatologist. Ching.
See, I would rewrite that, and Puerto Rico says jokes versus bits, and that's the thing is I think you're telling jokes, but you need to change it into a bit. Yeah. I think if I were to do that one, say it again. Say it one more time.
A woman gave me a palm reading the other day. I feel like such a fool for even paying for it. She told me I am going to die. I don't believe in that bullcrap. Even if she is a dermatologist.
See, I would reword it to say, I paid for a palm reading, and the lady told me I was going to die. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, thanks. What are you, dermatologist? Eventually, I'm going to die. What a waste of money. That's how I would go with it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but like the joke is that she really is a dermatologist. She's not a palm reader. She's not like a fortune teller. And I understand. I have like a skin condition that's going to kill me.
Oh, yeah. That one wasn't really clear. It was more, I don't know. It was really cumbersome. That's the only thing I felt like if a joke's too wordy, then I think we talked about this before when
it's got to have a real good.
Yeah. So if the longer the build up, the better payoff it should be.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's a long story build up, then the joke better be just as funny as it is long. If it's a short laugh you're expecting, then the build-up should be short. So I mean, you can always shorten the build-up and get a good laugh, but
Yeah.
that's what I always think. The
Yeah.
build-up really, and so the that's really where what you have to smooth out, I think.
Yeah.
If you were to, I think, take some of that stuff out of there. Like, it's too
Well-
wordy for you. It doesn't fit your natural speaking style.
I don't like stand up. I told he's gonna write me some more jokes that aren't stand up because I want jokes. I don't want stand up. You know, like this because he wrote it as if I'm actually talking to a crowd. I'm like, I don't necessarily want that. you know?
Yeah.
I just wanted jokes. The other guy okay. I'm gonna read the dad jokes I got. This one was for $20. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You tell me. But all right. Okay. I was walking down the street the other day and a random guy stopped me to tell me my face looked familiar. I told him he was right. I have 2 kids and a wife. Today I texted my wife that I got a new iron. But instead my phone corrected it, a spell check to new icon. She got offended because she thought I was into someone new. Isn't that ironic?
That one's not good.
That was terrible, dude.
But the first one wasn't too bad.
All right, next one. I got 5. For $20, these are expensive. Our
You're
dog.
spending our log money. Cheese on rice.
Our dog got sick, so I told my kids I was going to bring him to the vet. They cried, and that's when I knew they had been playing too much Call of Duty because they asked me, Dad, how could you bring a veteran to help our dog? How could a veteran help our dog? It's terrible. I butchered it, and it was terrible. I butchered
Some
it.
of this money did not go to reading lessons.
I need to start favoring. All right, a friend asked me what type of movies do I like. I told him I like B movies. And he recommended to me The Night of the Living Dead. I thanked him, even though that movie didn't have anything to do with bees.
We got a laugh icon.
Yeah!
Rico. All right.
All right. An old friend, maybe Rico, came up to me the other day and he asked me if I was interested in an opportunity to become my own boss. I told him I was already my own boss. It's just that I run a nonprofit. I got nothing. Okay.
Logs falling on trees. Come on now.
That's good. That's all I got, folks.
That reminds me of a joke a pastor told.
Okay.
It was in a sermon, and I was like one of the only people who laughed.
Okay.
Oh, Mercedes, she also Mercedes.
Oh,
Thanks again.
Oh, thanks, Mercedes. That's a.
So this pastor told a joke, and he said, and he was talking about the major and minor prophets.
Okay.
And he was like, I'm not a prophet. I'm not a son of a prophet, and I work for a nonprofit organization. That's definitely a pastor joke.
Does not compute.
Oh, Lord. Well, computed a lot more cheaply than the $50 you spent. That was all our whitey tighty money.
The whites, dude. But I thought it was an interesting exercise because I realized watching all these comedians that a lot of what they do is they buy jokes. Now, I went on to some websites that I think the comedians go on, and they were thousands of dollars for like a set.
Oh,
of 10,
wow.
Yeah, for set of 10 or to 20 jokes, cost like $1,000. So I was like, well, let me see what Fiverr has.
Yeah.
we're gonna give her $5. Actually, the best ones I got were actually $5, but I paid $5 for the jokes, $5 to speed up the joke process, so he'd get them to me faster. I used those on a different podcast, and they're about COVID and stuff. So I'm not going to talk about them here because we're trying to keep this a COVID-free zone.
Speaking of speeding up, it's
It's what?
story time.
Oh.
So I just played the intro. Unbelievable. You got any stories?
Not that I can think of. Do you have any?
I have a couple stories.
Okay.
This one's kind of embarrassing.
Okay.
And so I went when I was living in Mississippi. And I was going to seminary, and this is before I got the job at the transitional home. As a manager overnight.
Okay.
And I was looking for work, and so a couple of my friends were working at a insurance company, like State Farm or something like that. Taking insurance, claims over the phone and everything.
Yeah.
So my friend said, "Look, they're hiring. So get your resume together, go down." And he gave me the directions to get there and put in your resume, fill out an application, and then let them call you. And that's pretty much all he said. And I was like, all right, So I had I always have a resume ready, and so I went in there and I read through it, updated, printed out a couple copies on some nice paper, and I got in a nice suit and tie, and I drove down there and I asked the lady for an application and gave her my resume, and she said, "Oh, well, you know what?" And when she saw that I was from the seminary,
yeah,
she said, "Well, we have several people from the seminary who work here." I was like, "Yeah. One of my friends told me about it." And she's like, "Oh, we love to have the seminary students here. I mean, they're really honest and they're always on time and stuff." So she immediately called the manager, and so the manager comes over and decides to just do the interview, like right there.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like, whoa, all right, and I was like, and so we had to walk through the floor, and I'm walking through the floor, and I see my friend, I'm like, hey, yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and so we do a normal interview, like, hey, your best self, and what's your best qualities and worst qualities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I had to take a spelling test.
What?
Yeah, I had to take a spelling test, which
Why?
my friend never told me. And so she's like, because I guess apparently they don't have spell check on their computers or something. So she's like, yeah, we have to take we also have to give a spelling test. And I immediately started sweating because I am the worst speller ever.
Me too.
And so I'm like sweating immediately. So she just sits me down at this computer and puts headphones on me. And then when I hear a word, I've got to like type it in, right?
Yikes.
And so, I mean, some of them were like Chattanooga. I was like, oh, crap. I was like, city? So I'm like, every time, and I know I'm doing horrible because I got my own head. And after Chattanooga, I was like, I don't even know where I was. I should have made a left at Albuquerque. And so I was done and I hit finish, and the lady comes out and she's like the look on her face was like, I wasn't even close. I was like, not even close. I was so far away from being, and she just came out with like a cringy look on her face.
We don't spell Chattanooga with an X.
And she's like, so I'll get back to you. And then I had to walk my head of shame through the whole area. No. My friends were like, hey, did you get it? And I was like, I got it. And I was like ready to get out of there, man. I was sweating. My face was red. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, man.
And I didn't want to tell anyone that I failed the test.
Yeah.
And so my friends kept asking, like, man, when are you going to start? When are you going to start? I was like, I don't know. They're hardballing me over there. I didn't want to say, they don't hire idiots. Apparently, you got to be intelligent. And so
you got to know how to spell Chattanooga.
Oh, man.
Oh,
the
that's a
worst.
good one. That's funny. You know what? I'm going to tell the one. I've been saving it. The one when I was at Guam. I went to visit Joseph in Guam, and he took me all kinds of awesome places. We went to see some really beautiful places. But at night we'd come back and we'd go to a bar or restaurant or something. We went to this one bar. It was kind of interesting. They had like a bull, right? It was like a mechanical bull you could ride.
It was a Navy bar.
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah,
Navy
because they
bar.
had all the Navy memorabilia from different ships and commands all over the
Yeah.
place.
But it was kind of like, it was really rustic. It was like a barbecue type place. It had like wooden tables that kind of felt like picnic tables. Everything was kind of rustic, and so I had a couple of beers and some wings, and I had to go use the bathroom. And so, like, I can't stress enough how this was kind of a rustic place. All right, some things worked, some things didn't.
It's a dive bar. All right,
kind
it's
of
a
a
dive
dive-
bar that Navy sailors went to.
But it was kind
It
of
was
it was
old, and it's probably as old as the island.
It was barbecued too, so they didn't care if certain hinges didn't work. Okay, so I go into the bathroom, and I just go straight to the urinal, and I'm doing what you do at a urinal, and I'm just standing there, and I look over. I was like, oh, it's Joseph, and he waves at me. He waves at me. And then I look, and like this girl's looking at me, and I'm like, huh. And I realized the door had never swung closed. It swung open, and I'm sitting there at the urinal, and so like I get close up into the urinal so that they don't see me. I finish up, and I'm so embarrassed.
So from my perspective, what it was is Judah goes in there, and this door. Usually doors are heavy enough to where you shut it, it'll latch.
Boom.
But
Yeah.
this was like a light. It's almost like a screen door,
Yeah.
heavy weight. Like it was very light.
Yeah.
So I'm basically sitting at the table, right?
He's facing the door. Facing
The door, and then next to me is another table where there's a girl sitting at the end, and then way in the background is the bathroom, right? And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm waiting for Judah. I'm looking over, and the door had gradually just kind of slightly opened.
I thought it just stayed open.
And we've already had a few drinks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't occur to me because I've been to a men's room, so I've seen men pee. So it didn't like no alarms went off, and I'm looking over there, and I'm just looking, and I see Judah, and I'm looking at, and then I'm like, wait a minute. And Judah's like, and then he looks over, and then this girl's like, ugh. And he goes, and he's like trying to screw it up. And I'm just laughing. Instead of like going up and saying, oh, let me close the door, I'm just like laughing. I just staring at him and laughing and laughing and laughing. And
So the worst part for me,
perverts.
the worst part for me is I'm like a germaphobe too. I hate urinals. I hate public bathrooms. So like, while at the same time I'm trying to like hide in just like a little thing, I'm trying not to touch anything. I hate touching anything. I'm like, just wanted to get out of it. It was a nightmare situation.
Definitely don't want to touch anything in there because in Guam they had super gonorrhea. Did I ever tell you this?
What?
It's a real thing. I thought when I got moved there, I thought people were just like BSing me, but the gonorrhea was so bad that they called it super gonorrhea. That you would go in because with gonorrhea you get a shot, and then it would go away. But with super gonorrhea, you had to do like 2 or 3 shots. I was like, so you might have got leprosy. You better check yourself out.
I'm glad you didn't tell me, because I would have been just like, if I had touched anything, I would have probably recoiled back, and then everybody would have seen. Anyways, it would have been even worse. So I'm glad you didn't tell me.
Well, I guess that's another one for the Chicken Foot podcast.
We got a few people that have. So Diego Diego's tuning in. Thank you, Diego, for tuning
Yeah.
in, brother.
Funny. My Mercedes thinks it's funny. Logs don't grow on trees. All right.